Today I'm going to show you how to clean and sterilize your hive tools. So over time, your hive tools become covered in gunk and propolis and wax, and the best practice is to make sure that you're never using a hive tool that isn't in perfect condition when you go into your beehive. If you were to take a hive tool like this and go out into a beehive and crack it open and start inspecting the colony, all of this wax and gunk that's on the hive tool can harbour disease that can spread to the new colony. So a simple hive tool cleaning regime eliminates that risk pretty much entirely. That is what I'm going to show you in today's video. So I got myself a very funky orange bucket that I've just filled up with clean water. The next ingredient that I'm going to add into the water is plain old washing soda. You might see it labelled as soda crystals like this, and the pack I've got here is 1.2 kilograms. Now the soda crystals are brilliant for breaking down that wax, breaking down the propolis, and turning a really dirty hive tool like this into a really shiny, clean, okay, this one's brand new, but they do come out like this at the end of the process. But the next ingredient is probably the most important one, because whilst the washing soda cleans, it doesn't sterilize. So if you'd gone into one of your colonies that had had European foul brood and used this hive tool here and done the inspections and got the honey sticky on the hive tool like this, and you'd cleaned it up perfectly using the washing soda here, it might look like this once you've finished the washing soda process. It's clean, but unfortunately it's not actually sterile, and it can still transfer over EFB. So that missing ingredient is what I have in this container here, and it is not AdBlue like it says on the label. It is incredibly strong bleach called sodium hypochlorite. Now I'll get all of the warnings out of the way here, and I will be going and getting my sleeve protection and glove protection, and most importantly, eye protection. The tiniest drop of this in your eye will permanently blind you for life. So really do treat it with the utmost respect. Now, the previous advice I'd been given was that strong bleach and washing soda didn't mix well, in that it reduced the efficacy of both. So it made the washing soda less effective at washing, and it made the bleach less effective at sterilizing. Now, there's been various studies and tests done since that to show that they are in fact compatible with one another, and you don't need to do this two-dip process. You can mix everything up in one bucket. I'm going to show you the exact recipe today. And once that is mixed, you've got a washing and sterilizing solution, which if you use in conjunction with your apiary inspection regime, again, something that we cover in a lot of detail on 14-Day Beekeeper, then you will effectively eliminate the risk of transferring disease from colony to colony. So enough talking, let me show you how to get it made. So that is everything mixed up. And I'll double down on what I said before. Make sure you've got the correct PPE on, protect your eyes at all costs. So all that is left to do now is just to go ahead and take your hive tools, and I'm not going to put it in and let it drop out there, but we'll drop them into the solution, and they can just stay in that solution for 24, 48 hours if you want, but they only need about 20 minutes to be completely sterile. So what you can't do is you can't take a hive tool like this, definitely my favorite hive tool for cleaning up old boxes. But you can't take a hive tool like this and pop it in there, leave it for a couple of days and come back and it comes out and it's shiny and it's new. You need some sort of abrasion in there as well to get the soda crystals to break down the propolis and actually clean things off. So the first step is going through, taking all of your hive tools, putting them in the solution, leaving them there for a really good soak. And then you need to bring in something like this. This is a barbecue brush, a stainless steel barbecue brush, and you can just get in there and get some abrasion going and clean off all of that wax and gunk. And you can put it back in there, another little dip, go again. And then what some people like to do is they like to have like a washing bucket and then a cleaning bucket. And this was the previous advice, which was you wash it in your washing soda bucket and then you take it out, rinse it, and then you put it in the bleach bucket. Some people might still like that approach, and I think end of the season, I'd probably go down that route. However, my understanding of the current guidance is that this bucket here can be used as your everyday washing soda bucket. Now, what that means is that every single inspection that you do, you take your hive tool, you do your inspection, you take it and you place it back in your washing soda bucket like that. You get your hands, you put your hands in there, give them a really nice wash on the gloves, and then you move on to the next hive and you take out a different hive tool from the one that you previously used. If you get loads of different shape hive tools like this, it's really easy just by going in and feeling. And the idea behind that is not only are you washing your hive tool and you're washing your gloves in between each inspection, but if you have enough hive tools in your bucket, the amount of time that they stay in there in between the infections is going to be enough to sterilize those hive tools to eliminate the risk of transferring EFB from colony to colony. So this is a super simple technique, and this is something that everyone should be doing on every inspection. So I thought I was being all clever, getting some nice fancy orange buckets, and I did actually try and get the vertical ones like that because I thought it would be good, wouldn't it, to have all of my hive tools stacked in and it would be efficient. My warning to you is definitely do not do that. It is a nightmare because you can't get the hive tools from the bottom when they fall down. I thought I might design some divider system, but just don't do it. It's a nightmare. Buy the proper buckets, you get them, they're square, they're really flat profile, and you can get them in with your gloves. And then it means you can actually get in there, wash your hands and clean the tools effectively without having to wear those massive gauntlets. But the process is super simple. You mix up all of those ingredients, you take proper precaution with the PPE, and then you just take your time with the scourer going through. It's actually quite a nice job to do at the end of the day. Let the hive tools sit in that washing soda solution for about 20 minutes so all of the propolis and the wax is broken down and the bleach solution has sterilized everything. And then it's just a case of going in with that scourer and working your way through. Some bits are a little bit stubborn and you do need to scrape the bits off. Others, if you just get a light steel abrasive and go over it, it will come out really nice and clean. So as you can see, our hive tool now is not only clean, but it is completely sterile and ready to use again. We do not mess around when it comes to hygiene. If you want to learn all of this stuff, everything there is to know about bees, check it out over at 14daybeekeeper.com.